What if your Europe trip ended before you even boarded the plane? October 12th has come and gone, and right now, thousands of travelers are finding out the hard way. Last week at JFK, I watched it happen. A couple in front of me, mid-60s, 2,500 euros already spent on Paris hotels and tours. The gate agent stopped them cold. "I'm sorry, you can't board." Their entire vacation? Cancelled. Right there at the gate. Why? The new fingerprint system went live October 12th, and they had no idea it existed. But here's what's worse. Early reports from Frankfurt and Schiphol show biometric machines freezing repeatedly. Passengers with dry hands getting rejected over and over. Lines backing up for hours. This isn't a smooth rollout. This is chaos in real time. Look, I don't want to scare you, but you need to know what's actually happening at EU borders right now. 8 major changes are live or coming fast. New fees, biometric scans that fail, digital permits you must have before takeoff. Miss just one? Your trip is over. But stick with me because number 5 might actually save you money. Let's go. Here's the biggest change to hit European travel in decades. Since October 12th, the EU has replaced passport stamps with biometric scans, fingerprints, facial recognition, every single time you enter or leave the Schengen zone. It's called the entry-exit system, and the rollout, it's not going well. Based on early trials at airports like Schiphol and Charles de Gaulle, these machines freeze. They stall. And here's the part airlines aren't warning you about. Older passengers with dry hands? The scanners reject them repeatedly. Cold fingers don't register. Faint prints fail over and over. That's not just annoying. That's a missed connection. That's standing at a kiosk for 20 minutes while your boarding time ticks away. This applies to every non-EU traveler. Americans, Canadians, Brits, Australians, everyone. And the system tracks every single day you're in Europe. No more fuzzy math on passport stamps. It knows exactly when you arrived and when you left. So here's how you survive this. First, if you're traveling in the next few months, arrive at least 30 to 45 minutes earlier than normal, especially at major hubs like Frankfurt, Amsterdam, Rome, or Charles de Gaulle. Practical tip from experienced travelers. Moisturize your hands before the scan. I know it sounds ridiculous, but dry skin makes these scanners fail. Warm your hands up too. Cold fingers don't register properly. Look for self-service kiosks when possible. They often move faster than staffed lines even when they glitch. Once you're registered, your data is valid for 3 years. So that first scan is brutal, but future trips should be smoother. But here's the trap nobody's talking about, and it's already catching people. Because even if you survive the fingerprint chaos, the system is now tracking something with terrifying precision. And one small mistake could get you banned from Europe entirely. Here's what most travelers don't realize. The Schengen zone has always had a rule: 90 days in any 180-day period. Not 6 months, not roughly half a year. 90 out of 180. But before EES, enforcement was loose. Border agents eyeballed passport stamps. People got away with an extra day here or there. Not anymore. Since October 12th, the system counts every single day down to the hour. Overstay by even 1 day? The computer flags you instantly. And here's the nightmare scenario. If you don't have proof that you exited, a boarding pass, a train ticket, a ferry receipt, the system might assume you overstayed. That's a ban. That's being denied entry next time you try to visit Europe. Always keep your exit documents, everything. Boarding passes, Eurostar tickets, ferry receipts. Because in this new digital border, if the system doesn't see you leave, your next entry gets ugly fast. And don't try to game the 90 in 1 to 80 rule. It's a rolling window. You can't just wait 6 months and reset. Every trip must be tracked carefully. So the machines are failing and the system is counting every day. But wait, there's more. Because on top of all this chaos, you'll soon need to pay 20 euros just for permission to deal with it. By late 2026, a passport won't be enough to fly to Europe. You'll need ETIAS, the European Travel Information and Authorization System. Think of it like the US ETA, but for Europe. You apply online, answer security questions, and get approved for 3 years. Here's the part that's making people angry. When ETIAS was first announced, the EU said it would cost 7 euros. Now, €20 per person. That's nearly triple the original price. Look, €20 isn't a fee. It's the price of admission to deal with the EES chaos we just talked about. You pay €20 for permission to get your fingerprints rejected at a broken kiosk. For a family of 4, that's €80 on top of flights, hotels, everything else. The good news, it lasts 3 years and covers unlimited trips, as long as you don't overstay that 90-day limit. My advice, don't wait until the system goes live. Early rollouts always have glitches. Apply at least a month before your trip, not 3 days before. And honestly, €20 stings, but it's still cheaper than a visa. Whether you believe the EU's claim that it funds border security is up to you. But Europe isn't the only place piling on fees and permits. If you're connecting through the UK or visiting London, there's another charge you need to deal with right now. The UK already rolled out its own system. It's called the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA. And unlike ETIAS, this one's live right now. Americans, Canadians, Australians, you need it to enter the UK. £16, lasts 2 years, covers multiple entries. Here's where it gets interesting. Starting April 2025, even EU citizens need an ETA to visit the UK. The only exceptions? British and Irish passport holders. So between ETIAS for Europe at €20 and the UK ETA at £16, you're looking at about $40 in authorization fees per person, just to visit. That's the price before you even book a hotel. The ETA application is done through a mobile app. Most people get approved within 24 hours, but some take up to 3 business days. Pro tip: when you're scanning your passport through the app, take your phone case off. The NFC reader fails constantly if the case is on. Sounds silly, but it's true. And here's the good news. If you're just connecting through Heathrow or Manchester and staying airside, you don't need the ETA. Only if you clear UK border control. So that's 3 new systems, 3 new fees, and biometric machines that break down. But the pain doesn't stop there. Because now we need to talk about something that affects every single flight: your carry-on bag. For years, budget airlines like Ryanair and Wizz Air have charged you for everything. Want a carry-on? €20 to €50, please. Want to breathe? That'll be extra. But the EU just voted to end it. They want all airlines to include 1 free cabin bag under 7 kilos in every ticket. No more surprise fees at checkout. Here's the catch: the law hasn't passed yet. It's still pending approval by EU member states, and airlines are fighting it tooth and nail. In fact, Ryanair just increased bonuses for staff who catch oversized bags, $250 per bag with no monthly cap. Translation? They're paying employees to hunt you for revenue. Show up with a bag even slightly oversized? €60. On the spot. No mercy. So until this law passes, check your airline's size limits obsessively. Measure your bag. Bring a tape measure if you have to. Some travelers actually do this now. But here's the silver lining. If this rule goes through, it's a massive win. No more hidden fees. No more panic at the gate. Transparent pricing, finally. Don't count on it yet, though. Keep playing by the airline's rules until the EU forces them to change. Baggage isn't the only confusing rule at airports right now. There's a rule about liquids that's creating absolute chaos, because some airports lifted restrictions while others didn't. For almost 20 years, we've lived by one rule: 100 milliliters per bottle, all in a single plastic bag. Travel size, everything. But some European airports, Berlin, Rome, Amsterdam, Edinburgh, Milan, now allow liquids up to 2 liters in your cabin bag. Full-size shampoo, large water bottles, whatever. Here's the problem. This isn't standard everywhere. One terminal allows it, the next one doesn't. And if you're connecting through the US, TSA still enforces the 311 rule. That 2-liter bottle of Italian olive oil you bought in Florence, it won't survive your connection in Atlanta. Check the rules for every airport on your itinerary. If even one leg runs on the old system, pack like the old limits still apply. Don't risk it, because standing at security being forced to dump a €30 cologne, that's not how you want to start your trip. Most of these changes make travel harder, slower, more expensive. But there's one update that's actually good news, and it could save you an hour of hassle when you're flying home. Finally, something positive. In July 2025, TSA launched a pilot program called One-Stop Security. If you're flying from London Heathrow to certain US hubs, you can skip the second security screening entirely. Right now, it's limited. American Airlines flights to Dallas-Fort Worth, Delta flights to Atlanta. You go through full security in London, and when you land in the US, you skip the TSA line. Straight off the plane, straight to your connecting gate. No shoes off, no laptops out, no juggling trays half asleep after an overnight flight. Straight off the plane, straight to your connecting gate. No shoes off, no laptops out, no juggling trays half asleep after an overnight flight. Travelers on the trial say it saved them nearly 2 hours. That's huge if you've got a tight connection. But don't get too excited yet. This is a handful of flights, a handful of routes. If the program works, it could expand to more airports and airlines in 2026. For now, it's a lucky bonus, not a guarantee. So we've covered biometric chaos, tracking systems, new fees, baggage battles, liquid confusion, and one piece of good news. But there's one final cost creeping up across Europe. And it's not from airlines or the EU. It's from the cities themselves. It starts small. A few euros here, a few there. But by the end of your trip, tourist taxes can add hundreds to your bill. Venice now charges day visitors up to 10 euros just to enter the city on peak days. Book early, pay 5. Show up last minute on a busy Saturday, full price. Greece hiked its nationwide tourist tax. They call it the Climate Crisis Resilience Fee. It ranges from 2 euros to 15 euros per night, depending on your hotel's star rating and the season. Stay in a budget pension? Barely noticeable. Check into a 5-star beach resort in August? That fee adds up fast. And Madeira? 3 euros per hiking trail. If you're the type who likes ticking off all 30 trails, that's 90 euros before you've even bought lunch. Here's the thing, these taxes have a purpose. They fund infrastructure, protect fragile ecosystems, manage over-tourism. The money goes toward keeping these places beautiful, but it doesn't hurt to know what you're signing up for. Build these fees into your budget from the start. That way, they're expected, not a nasty surprise when the hotel bill arrives. So that's all 8 changes. New biometric systems that break down, new permits, new fees everywhere you turn, tracking that never stops. It feels overwhelming, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Traveling to Europe isn't impossible. It's just different now, and if you plan ahead, you'll be fine. Remember that couple at JFK? The ones who lost their entire Paris trip because they didn't know about EES? That doesn't have to be you. Here's what you need to do before your next Europe trip. 1. Expect biometric scans at every EU border since October 12th. Arrive early. Moisturize your hands. It sounds ridiculous, but it works. 2. Apply for ETIAS by late 2026. 20 euros, 3 years. Don't wait until the last minute. 3. Get your UK ETA now if you're visiting Britain. £16, 2 years. Use the app. Take your phone case off. 4. Track your days in Europe carefully. 90 and 180. The system is watching every single day. 5. Measure your carry-on bag. Airlines are literally paying staff to catch you with oversized bags. 6. Check liquid rules for every airport on your route. They're all over the place right now. 7. If you're flying Heathrow to the US, check if you qualify for one-stop security. It's a game changer. 8. Budget for tourist taxes. Venice, Greece, Madeira, they all add up fast. Look, travel is changing. It's becoming more digital, more tracked, more expensive. But knowledge is your greatest weapon. That couple at JFK didn't lose their trip because Europe is impossible to visit. They lost it because they didn't know the rules. You do now. So, here's what I need from you. If this video helped, hit that like button so more travelers see this before they book. Share it with anyone planning a Europe trip. One share could save someone's vacation. And drop a comment. What part of these changes surprised you most? Are you worried about the biometric scans? Annoyed by the fees? Let me know. I read every single comment. And if you want to know the strategies experienced travelers are already using to navigate this chaos, stick around. Because here's what nobody's telling you. The EES rollout, it's gradual. There are 5 EU entry points where the system won't be fully active until April 2026. That means if you fly into these specific airports, you could skip the biometric chaos entirely for the next 6 months. Airlines don't advertise this because they want you on their main hub routes. but I'm revealing all 5 airports in the next video, plus the exact booking strategy to avoid fingerprint lines through early 2026. And there's something else. A timing loophole in the ETIAS application process that could save you money if you're traveling with family. It's completely legal, but once it goes viral, the EU will likely patch it. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because for every new rule, there's a workaround, and I'll show you exactly how to find them. Safe travels, and I'll see you in that next one.